Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo and D. And guys, OTA's first week in the books. Obviously, the media was only there for that one day, but it seemed like everyone kind of agreed on one guy, because there's a little disagreement between few guys out there, like CMC, obviously, but Jauan Jennings, massive day. Him and Brock Purdy, that connection. You saw that one nice deep ball that he caught that they were showing on the 49ers website, but I don't know how many catches he had, but I guess he was abusing your guys' boy, Renardo Green, out there. And it looks like, dude, come on, we all know that he's going to be wide receiver 1. Last year going into it, he was definitely wide receiver 3 going into it, but he turned out to be our best receiver. Mm-hmm. This year, it looks like he's like Canelo, man, payday. He knows if he has a big year, he's going to get paid in his prime, 27 years old. What do you guys think, man? Do you guys think that, I don't know, Pro Bowl? Like, how good could this guy be after a great start to OTAs, man?
His chances being Pro Bowl, and he's definitely going to be the number 1 option, because going into it, I would say Ayuk was our best deep ball receiver, but also what made him stand out was his route running. And that was definitely Brock Purdy's number 1 option, but he's coming off an injury. Debo was always inconsistent. That guy was in shape, out of shape. And then he also, with his plays, you never knew if he would have like a good game and then the next game would disappear. Jennings, man, he freaking earned it, man. Like, he was our 3rd option, and what made him difference was his route running and him getting open. And he ended up being Brock Purdy's like number 1 option. And what was that game where I think it was the Rams, right, where he threw it to Brock Purdy like 90% of the time, and he was just having if you remember the guys like in fantasy, he had like over 50 points. Like, he just had like 2 or 3 touchdowns. He was at almost like 10 receptions. Like, he just went off that game versus the Rams at their house, and he's been like our most consistent player. And this year we're really going to have to rely on him because our whole offense is changing. We got 2 players coming back from injury, CMC, Ayuk. We're losing Mason. We're losing Debo. So he's the only guy that's really 100% coming back that we're going to really rely on. And so this could be a big year for him where he can make the Pro Bowl and really be one of the top receivers, because, you know, Shanahan, he's a very he has his go-to players, and then he has his receivers who are in the doghouse. So, you know, he's going to be making plays for Jennings, and he's going to be running the ball. So could be a big year for Jennings.
Yeah, man. Jennings, he's always kind of been our most reliable receiver. Obviously, he's not been the most targeted guy, but 3rd and Jauan, man, how many times do we hear that over and over when we need a huge catch? It's always Jauan Jennings. And the thing about him, obviously, he hasn't been a wide receiver 1, but he's played like it at times. Yeah. Super Bowl, massive game, man. He would have been the MVP of the game. That's how good this guy is. Like D was saying, last year he had maybe 3 or 4 games where he just erupted, but then for some reason Kyle Shanahan kind of didn't target him as much. I get we had the other 2 receivers, like D was saying, Ayuk and Debo out there, so you want to move the ball around, but sometimes it feels like he was getting lost in the system. I do think he is the wide receiver 1. He's going to have to prove it, though. Now he's going to see the other guy's best corners, schemes. They're going to scheme up for this guy. Plus, right now, obviously, our receiver depth is kind of hurt right now. Obviously, BA's not going to be back. We traded Debo away. Ricky just got hurt. So it's going to be Jauan and a lot of these young guys, and Kittle as well. Let's not forget about Kittle. Kittle will help with a good amount. But I always believe in Jauan Jennings, man. He's been one of my favorite receivers in this most recent regime, so I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, I think it more had to do with how great Jauan Jennings is at that first OTAs, because Renardo Green, they were talking about, fudge, is he going to lose a step? But I think Jauan Jennings, on Instagram, you guys see on Instagram, he really wasn't out there, you know, at the party and vacation. He was out there training because he knows this is probably going to be his last big that contract. And let's be real, this last contract that he got with us, it was a steal for the Niners. What was it, a 2-year, $7 or $8 million? Yeah. So he freaking knows that he wants to get paid big time. And it seems like every dude that's on a contract that for a big payday, Eric Armstead, who was it, freaking Ayuk, Debo Samuel, they went off, dude. So, you know, Jauan Jennings, he's gonna go off, dude. He's gonna go off this year. But one thing I respect about Jauan Jennings is he went off last year. He should have been a 1,000-yard receiver last year, but that last game he got kicked out over that BS call. But he had a great season, man, and he wasn't on a contract year, so you could count on this guy. It was kind of different with Ayuk because he kind of had that breakout year. Debo had that Pro Bowl, All Pro year. Same thing with Armstead. 1 year that he got 10 sacks. Other than that, it was kind of not the best after that. So Jauan Jennings, someone that you should count on. If I'm the Niners right now, this offseason, he's going to have a big year. I would give him that contract because regardless whatever he was getting paid, he still performed. He still got it done. And you see what he's doing in OTAs, he's going to dominate in minicamp. He's going to dominate in training camp. And he's going to have a big season. So if I'm the Niners, I try to lock him up. But this is such a good sign, seeing how everybody was like, dude, Jauan's looking the best out there. And I know I'll be a fanboy. I'm not going to lie. When we got him out of Tennessee, remember, I was all pumped up because I like Tennessee, man. I lived there for 5 years. Yeah, I was raised there for 5 years. So when we drafted him, I still remember when Dobbs threw that touchdown. I think it was against Georgia. That Hail Mary, I'm like, dude, this is going to be a steal. And despite that speed 4.7, this dude, he's awesome, man. He goes out there, and he's a best blocker, by the way, too. So yeah, man, I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I can't wait till next week, what he does in OTAs next week. But man, so far so good for Jauan Jennings. Anything else?
But yeah, no, I agree with you as far as getting ahead of him on the contract situation, because a bunch of times it's come back, bit us in the ass, and then we have to pay these guys big time for them to just get like maybe hurt the next year or just fall off. So pay them now, and that way you could probably save it a little bit. Like that's what all like the great sports franchises do. They get ahead of the contract situation, get player friendly deals right now, because down the road that's actually a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
you do it right now, and that saves you so much in the long run.
And I think it'll be a little different with him compared to Ayuk and Debo, because it seems like Jauan Jennings, when he's out there on the field, it's different, man. Like, he freaking wants to. When he gets under the other team's skin, he has that dog in him,
Well, that's the thing. He's on the field already. Those other two guys, man, they were nowhere to be found the last couple of training camps.
Nowhere to be found.
And look at Jauan Jennings. He's out there freaking putting in work right now. So that's the difference right there. That is key. So those are the guys you want to pay because they're proving it.
Absolutely, man. So I don't know. I think there's talk right now about Niners going out there and picking Keenan Allen up. Do you guys, just because the reason I don't like it is because Jauan Jennings, he's not the fastest. He's like a possession receiver.
Yeah.
Like another possession receiver. I think, to me, what do you think? Let the young guys cook, or?
I say let the young guys cook, but it is good bringing guys in like that who teach these guys the route trees, how to properly run them. Because Keenan Allen, he is one of the best freaking route runners. He's not elite anymore as far as like his speed and stuff, but he can still show these guys a thing or two. It just depends on what kind of contract we could lock him up for.
I kind of like that more like the business philosophy where you kind of steal from like the other business to make yourself grow. I kind of want to steal a little bit from like the Rams, to be honest, because I'm thinking like Jennings, he could really be like another like Amari Cooper as far as like running routes. If we just get like a second guy, if Ayuk or Kittle steps up this year, that could really be a good offense. And hopefully with them two stepping it up and CMC comes back at least like a good like 8%, just like a shell like of what he was a couple years ago. I mean, this is like one of those seasons where we could go under the radar. Remember that year with Jimmy G? Like no one thought we were gonna go to the Super Bowl, and then we just kind of like snuck our way in there, and like everyone like counted us out, but we just like made that freaking end of the year run where we just like we caught on fire. This year could be like one of those years where no one's really gonna expect us to do anything. Let's be honest. And so if we kind of just have Ayuk similar to like Cooper, making sure that he's getting those route runs. Ayuk, if he gets healthy, having those deep balls, and then getting other guys, the young guys involved. I really like, wasn't it Cowing? Yeah, like he's really good, but he just hasn't got that opportunity. But if him, Kittle, step up, man, we could really go under the radar, and towards the end of the year, that's where I expect us to get on fire if we build up during like the season.
And we do have those speedsters because Cowing's freaking fast, 4.48, and then you got obviously the guy we drafted, Jordan Watkins, the fastest receiver out there, 4.37, who was turning heads at OTAs, and obviously Purcell was a fast dude too. Was he 4.4? Yeah. He just got to stay healthy. But other than that, and then you add Jauan Jennings to the mix, I think it could be a solid receiving core. I know people are kind of throwing us like, our receiving core sucks now, but I think we still got some young guys, and if you could get somewhat back, like 80% of him, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. As long as Jauan Jennings does what Jauan Jennings does, I think we'll be fine. And so far, so good with Purdy Jennings. That connection looks like it's hot already. It's hot off the block. So that's what we got, man. That's what what you guys think. OTAs week 1. Jauan Jennings looked like our best player out there. Let us know what you guys think for next week, man. Who you guys got?
Bye. Let's go. Come on, people. Let's go, people.
All right. Talk to you later.